spoken word poetry is something which is not very much popular in this country, but it's gaining momentum right now. And I believe there is a community somewhere in Dar which will buy it. No, the Masaki community. No, those people. Yeah, I know people who are doing that. It's all the matter of making it more sellable, and you can do it. I believe that. If you're looking some people who may you want them to aid in writing, I'm there, bro. I'm not using I'm not using my writing talent. Please, guys, give me some words. And I volunteer. You don't pay me, Paulo. I'll do it for free. I'll be there. But also, I'm interested in your books. Can you tell me the titles of anything? Even
so, the titles. Mm-hmm. There's one called the villains of my village.
Aren't you afraid of your titles to be stolen?
I mean, the title can change anytime, so I'm not afraid.
Yeah. The what?
Sorry?
What did you say? The villain of the village?
The villains of my village.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one. And
poetry, right?
Yeah, it's in form of poetry. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. There is another one that is just a story that I haven't yet given it a title yet. Yeah, I might find a good line in between that will stand as a title. Yeah.
Okay. There's a book called Fear Women I'm writing.
No, we don't want to hear that from you.
I've been through a lot. No, I'm kidding.
You've been through the shadow of death.
It's a testimony that I'm still breathing. but it's a very funny imagination I've been having about. Basically, this book is going to be praising women for their existence and whatever they're doing in a very creative way, very, I don't know, imaginary way. I am writing some imaginary stories and poetry. I mean, I'm so much excited. Like, have you ever been excited by your work? You're so much excited about something that you're going to do, and then you sell it to people and they're not excited.
It's not breaking.
Yeah, but just like a comedian, you're throwing some punchlines, and people are like, they're still waiting for the actual jokes. It's so funny. Yeah, I've been writing some things. Just the motivation right now, I've not been having it, but I'll try to see. I mean, you will motivate me, but I'm looking forward to supporting you. Yeah, in any way that I can do, I'm looking forward to that. Now, I'm going to take you into a different topic. They've been talking about men. Now, we talk about mental health nowadays, and people.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can give opinions about this matter without being possibly cancelled, but people are talking about mental health in a way whereby they encourage men to be soft, for the lack of better words. They encourage men to open up, to cry, to complain, to whatever, to do the things that in one way or another we're not used to. Like in the African context, or generally, we're not. The man is not. We're not used to crying, right? We're not being soft. And according to researchers, they say that is the reason as to why men die earlier or commit suicide more than ladies. But there's something that I've been asking myself: do people really care when they see a man cry? Because maybe you just cry for the sake of crying and people will be praising you. Like, he has been crying, he's crying, and there is nothing else they do. And I think in one way or another, that is the reason why men do not want to cry, as they say, because you cry and people are like, oh, man is crying. Even ladies are like, oh, he's crying like a woman, you understand? I don't know what you can do about this, but is it helpful for a man to be soft, for the lack of better words? I'm trying to find better words, but let me ask it in that way right now.
To be vulnerable, they say. to open up.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
to open up and express yourself, express your emotions as much as you can.
Yes.
Man, it's crazy. You know, last time I said, as men, we just need to help each other, because what I believe and think is, ever since men has been helping themselves, you know. Yeah, I remember seeing my dad from work in the evening. He would come, and then he leaves. He goes and see his friends. They had coffee, this local coffee, and they'll go there and sit. He also had his best friend who will go and chat almost every evening. Almost every evening, my dad would go and meet that friend of his. And I remember when that friend of his migrated from our village, he was so down. But with all the things that were happening, the life that was going, I think my dad had someone to talk to, you know. And something that I want to believe that it's not that my dad was going through a lot of stuff, or whatever, but it's natural. Like it reaches a point, there are a lot of things in your chest, and you feel like bursting out, and you need someone to share with. You know, me and you have been talking. You know,
sure.
Yeah, so many times we walked from downtown Arusha to Ngaramtoni. You know, walking and having stories, and those kind of things helped. You know, so this is not a new problem. You know, the mental health, it is not a new problem, as much as it is so much spoken out. It's so much in the media, but it is not a new problem. Encouraging people to open up, for instance, in social media. You know, so people in social media are very mean. They're not gonna help you. They're not gonna help you with anything. They're gonna just laugh at you. You know, the way you're crying and the way you're exposing yourself. It's seriously, personally as well, I don't find that helpful. I don't think it is building anything in a man, but rather, for men with us, I think it would be helpful if you really have gone through something that you need to talk to someone. Maybe checking in on a friend. You know, reach out to a friend, talk to him, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna tell you something that will help you. You know, help you find a way, help you see a path to take from the situation that you're in. So, but crying in public is a number of people maybe I recommend. No, I don't find that. As a man, no, I wouldn't advise. I wouldn't go for that.
You know, I've come to realize maybe most men pass through same things. So most of the times might be maybe not exactly the same, but similar things. Sometimes when you happen to share about something to somebody you trust, maybe a friend, that's when, like, in one way or another, you create a certain moral support exchange, emotional support exchange. You share about things, and then it is helpful. So I agree with that. Yeah, we've been doing with you. We've been talking about so many things, and it has been helpful. And I'm telling you, Paulo, there are moments that you happen to tell me about something, and I happen to give my opinions, and then it helps me in return. You understand? So it's like, by the time when I'm talking to you, I also reflect on my side, and it empowers me on the other side. So, but you need people. Like, you need people. You don't do it to anyone, right? And I just want to give people this tip. If they use it, it's gonna help them. If you feel that you have something overwhelming, take a boda guy. Pay him some money, like good money. Make sure he's fine, he's okay, he's happy with the money that you are paying. Tell him to bring you somewhere. Tell him to go slow. and tell him what you're going through. You get like it's total therapy. I'm telling you. Try this. Try this. I don't know where Boda Uber Jaji guy. Yeah. I don't know. There is a way I've just come to realize that these people are so much full of wisdom. Yes. But now I'm coming to this question. Okay. Now you said about men supporting men. So what about men being vulnerable to ladies? What do you say about that?
That's my first say anything.
Your first what? Yeah. Just say anything. We'll cut this part if it will bring trouble to you.
No, man, I'm not afraid of getting in any trouble. I don't think this will put me in any trouble. I don't overlook women's opinions, you know. But there's this book called titled "Women Are from what Mars and Men from Jupiter," I think.
Venus.
That's how it is. That's how it is. The men problems are men problems. Women problems are women problems. I'm married. I know. For some percent, I would say, as men, we don't know a lot about women, and women don't know much about us. You know. So there is a moment maybe I want some personal time, and I'm okay. Like I'm not in any trouble. I just want, because I can't multitask, you know. For instance, with me, I can't multitask. So if I want to be with myself, I want to be with myself. I can do something else, something different, you know. But when a lady sees you in that form, they will be like, "Oh, what's wrong? Why are you like that?" You know. For a few of women that I know, my friends, a wife and sisters, they will always think like maybe you're going through something. They won't understand that you can be, you know, because this joke people say, when you can ask a man like, "What are you thinking?" They'll tell you nothing. You have to believe them, because sometimes it's nothing. You're like, I'm thinking about nothing right now. Or nothing in a sense that what I'm thinking about is nothing to you. You won't understand me. You won't compare. I'm not overlooking or disgrading your ability to understand, but this is more of a men situation or something, you know. So sharing our stuffs with women, there are a number of things that there are things that maybe you can share with, but there are other things that are too mainly that a man can give you good advice or more relevant advice compared to a woman. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. And that's why.
What do you think?
What do I think? Come on, you've already said everything, I would say, and that's why men usually have these coffee vigenge kahawa and coffee stops, coffee centers, and places where they meet and they drink coffee, they drink tea, they play some games and talk and exchange. And I think that is so helpful in one way or another. Even though I know, like, many ladies, they would like men to just come straight from work home. But also on the other side, ladies have their own gatherings as well. They have the Vikobas, they support each other in different groups, and because they can understand each other better. And I can't stress enough the fact that men and women do not understand each other. And you're married, you know it better. Like, even for people who have been dating, they know that there is a way that there's no way they can be understood in some situations.
Yeah.
And they should just stay like that, because that's how it is, right? And yeah, even in sharing things, yeah, I happen to not tell some things to some female characters in my life, even if they're very important, because sometimes when it happens that you're saying something which is like too huge for them to handle, or I'm not trying to say that I'm undermining their ability to handle things, but you know, we have sometimes I have realized we have different ways of handling things, right?
Okay.
It's a point whereby I want somebody to listen to what I say and to be calm and to tell them, right? But whenever I go to somebody and I explain it and maybe they start crying or get stressed, it stresses me more. You understand? So I just come to realize, okay, when I'm in these kind of situations, I'm not sharing. Some people, I share with some, and most of the times, and when, like, you know, sometimes there's a tendency whereby you go and talk to your own man, you have a big problem and they laugh at you. You understand? It's not like they're happy that you have a problem, but they're like, in one or another, it's a stress relieving response.
Exactly.
Like, it's like they're telling you, relax, relax. We don't know what we can do. That's too huge, bro. But let's figure out and find a way what we can do. You understand? So that way of communication. So I agree with you. And being vulnerable in this way should have limits. No one will praise you for crying in a group of 500 people. No one will praise you for that. And no, even in social media, people in social media, they also want help. I usually say that people go into social media to get help, and sometimes psychologically people feel happy when they have problems and they see other people have same problems or more problems. It's like
that's called masochism.
Yes,
like you're happy. Yeah, you're happy from the problems that other people are going through. Happy for the problem.
Yeah, something like that. So it's crazy. Like maybe just so what we can say basically is have some people that you know you can share with them, and not everyone. And in this way, we are not saying that we are against what people are saying about being vulnerable, but we're just trying to make things clear and specific, right?
Yeah, one of the biggest problems, is generalizing. You know, when there is a common problem, you think that even the solution is common. That's not how it is. I was talking to someone last time. I was telling about a relative of mine who has been sick. And she's a doctor, so she asked me some few questions, and then she realized that they are going down a line of being used to, you know, the usual way. Like, okay, if there is a scenario, a case like this one, this is how we do things. They're not trying to check on different parameters and items, or if there is something like this happening, what can we do? Just because this person is sick from a certain type of disease, this is the path that they are taking, despite of any other side effects that are happening, you know. So that's called generalizing. You think that if someone is suffering from a headache and getting some fever, this must be malaria, but it can be something different, right? Generalizing. That's another thing. That's the same thing happening with mental health issues and stuff. So we think that just because this is a common problem, there's a one way of resolving. But mental health is where does mental health problem come from? It's coming from social issues, you know. The main reason are social issues, and if there are social issues, that means the Western social conducts and African social conducts are different. You know, the Sukuma social conducts and Chaga social conducts are different. So you have to check on all those parameters. You have because it's okay for a man to hug another man in Western countries, but are you hugging a fellow nigger here in Tanzania or Africa? Man, we might not say a word, but we'll be like, all right, okay, cool, you know. So we have to check on all those different parameters and not just overlook the fact that we have different social norms and conducts, and they also play a role, in fact, and the advancement of technology, anything that is contributing to mental health challenges has to be given a keen eye.
I've just remembered that even when it comes to greetings, so we have a certain way whereby we greet as men, and in the way that we greet ladies, right? For instance, you can tell me mambo. It sounds as if like, what's wrong with you? Oh yeah, the emoji, even the emoji. Like there are some emoji, if you send them to my inbox, I will definitely block you or something.
Like if I get a text right now from a new number written mambo, automatically I think that's a lady.
Yeah. So you like the idea of not trying to generalize everything, which is very good. So from here, I was thinking when you said about Artivism, I was thinking of some creative ways of merging some other stuff with art and try to find something. So I'm mentioning some things, and tell me what do you think about it, or what can you do about it as far as art is concerned, and something else that I'm going to mention. You understand? What comes into your mind when I say art environment?
Art environment. Okay. So that has been happening. People have been doing cartoons for...
Seriously? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, okay, there is no exactly a word with called art environment. Mm-hmm. But I know people who are doing cartoons that are talking about mitigating environmental challenges, and climate change stuffs. So I know of people who are doing cartoons. I know of an artist who is, which is Ben Poe, I think, who has been an ambassador in environment category or industry. Yeah. So there are a lot of things you can do with environment considering art. Yeah.
Just came to my mind that Michael Jackson also has a song called Earth Song. I think you know it. Mm-hmm. I think it was about activism when it comes to environment and stuff. It was a very nice song, and I think it was part of the campaigns back in days to protect environments. Okay, something else. Art food.
Yeah. Maybe speaking of, for instance, with us these days, we have forsaken the natural food. We have forsaken, I don't know, should I say despise or overlook the importance of taking natural foods. So someone as an artist can write poems, or can based on their influence, can speak of how the natural food is important than these packaged foods. Yeah, I tried.
I'm also getting ideas from you. So the last one, art biotic.
So I know you also know some people who are doing cartoons against antimicrobial resistance. That can also go far. That has I also know some artists who are cultural artists who have written songs and performed in different platforms, speaking of the importance of having a dose completed or finished. And I've seen people who are also doing cartoons, who have done editorial in that angle. I've seen also, I don't think I've seen poems in that angle. In spoken word, not at all. Yeah, but there's a way you can do with biotics. Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving me some ideas. I'll definitely start working on them immediately. The last thing that I would like to talk with you, Paulo, is the influence of technology, digital technology generally. We know some things about artificial intelligence and all these things. I don't know if we'll talk about digital technology in general, but I would like to know if you have come across the idea of artificial intelligence and how it can transform your work, and what do you see the future with digital technology? You know, like in your area of Artivism right now, I can say, or poetry, spoken word poetry. Do you see there is any positive or negative impact of the transformation of digital technology right now in Tanzania? How it goes and what do you see in the future?
Okay, I see a positive transformation. I see a room for non-natives to excel in their art. And being specific with poetry, for instance, you have to use the right word. You know, with poetry, you have to. Every word counts. Every word has its meanings, and it has to be used in specific forms. So, for instance, with me, AI has been helping me in, because I'm not a native English speaker. You know, I evolved from Sukuma to Swahili and then English. You know, so you can tell the challenge. So I whenever I struggled to find, for instance, the right word, you know, because I want to express something, but I need a single word that will express, will speak for something like this. So if I go to AI,
you have good intentions, but you don't have good words.
Exactly. And sometimes you have the words, but sometimes with words you need just a single word. But because you run out of, you don't know much about the language, you find yourself using a sentence, you know, to explain or to express a word. So with AI actually has been helpful, because if I want to express maybe something in just a single word, I can command AI to tell me that word, you know, and I can even go far into checking synonyms and read more about the word and the definitions, and just to find the better word for that specific piece. So yeah, I think the AI itself is very helpful, and I think the future is better for intellectuals. Yeah.
You like talking about the right words. You've just reminded me of a certain German word called Schadenfreude. So Schadenfreude, it's a combination of two words. There's Schade, which is like sorry or sad, and Freude, which is like peace or happy, something like that. Sorry for the German speakers if I'm saying something wrong. But generally, Schadenfreude means being happy for the suffering of other people. So instead of saying they are happy because other people are suffering, so you can just say they have Schadenfreude. They are Schadenfreude. So that comes with being a native. Just even in English, sometimes we struggle. Like today, I was just talking about vulnerability, and I was saying a lot of things, and then you told me like, yeah, this is vulnerable. So yeah, I understand. And so yeah, people who can take advantage of AI having the advantage side, right? But on the other side, and are you also concerned about AI being able to displace a lot of people from doing things that they would normally do simply because there is something which is can do things faster, can do things maybe cheaper. You understand? Even so, now I'm focusing on the area of arts. Do you think that there is that potential of displacing a lot of individuals that in that field?
AI is great, but what AI is missing is connection. Yeah, and that's what people will pay for. And that's why I encourage people to be as authentic as possible in whatever they are doing, because people won't pay just for the skills. People will pay for the authenticity that comes with that skills. People will pay for the connection. I go to my barber sometimes, not because he's so great at his skills, but because whenever he sees me, he smiles. He's like, "Hey, I missed you. Where are you? You've been away for a month almost." So with just him doing that, I feel like I'm in debt. I'm indebted to give back, to reciprocate the energy, and that's what makes me go back to him and not somewhere else. If I come to your shop and you act weird, I'm sure I'm not gonna come back. So what AI is missing is connection, and I want to tell people, artists, that it won't replace you with a job. All you need to do is just upgrade yourself, of course, upgrade yourself, be relevant, and take advantage of it, learn from it, and do your best. Yeah.
You are in one way or another. You are saying that with the advancement of AI, the more it is advancing, the more people will be able to discern between the natural talent and the artificial talent, right?
Exactly.
So people should not stop doing the natural things simply because AI can do similar things. Because sometimes, in my opinion, I'm thinking, even though I see the advancement of AI, it's crazy. It's going like too fast, and man, like at some point you think as if maybe we're going to be displaced very soon. But on the other side, I usually think that maybe after some times, after consuming these artificial sources of information, artificial sources of arts and intelligence, at some point people will be learning to have the natural test of things. Because you can tell, at some point you can tell if something is artificially generated, right? But the human soul is always craving for some authenticity, as you say. So I think as we go forward, there's a point whereby people who are doing things naturally will be gold, will be diamonds. Because see right now, some people are discouraged. They even stop doing some things because AI is doing this. So what's the use of me doing this? Right? So at some point there are some other people who will keep on doing it regardless, are going to stand out. And people will I mean, like, for instance, right now there is AI DJ, AI disco, AI actors, I saw AI pastor, AI worship, all this kind of stuff. But like, how long is it going to fool people and make them feel as if this is cool? At some point, people will want the connection, as you said. Like, I just want to see Paulo performing live, and I see this is tangible Paulo. This is Paulo that I can go after the show and shake hands and talk to him about things in real life.
How great the show was.
Yeah, exactly. Something that an AI cannot do. So yeah, that's a very good perception, and I'm glad that I've discussed with you. I tend to discuss about the AI to so many people in the medical field and even out of the medical field because it's something which is real. The potential is huge, even though there are some things which we are still skeptical as a developing country that maybe the advancement in our countries is not to be as fast as compared to other places. But it is real, and who knows? Anything can happen anytime. Yeah. I'm out of important things. Can you discuss about anything? You have 4 minutes to go.
Anything
else?
You know, my mind was switched to the serious mode. Now, switching to...
Actually, I expected that we wouldn't be this serious. I don't know. I mean, we have happened to be like too serious. I've been talking about serious stuff, something that I never expected. Because in real life, this is not the way we are. We happen to talk about important things, but not this much.
Yeah.
This is too much, right? Not in this way. Yes.
It's man, it's something that people work on every day. I don't know, but naturally people put on masks when we are out there. You know, we put on masks and because the world is not so friendly as it might look. So every word you say, every way you put yourself out there, you don't know who is looking at you. You don't know who is gonna watch you.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So for some reason, those kind of things, those thoughts, automatically you don't plan it, but automatically you mask yourself. You know, you don't reveal some of the characters.
Yeah, even in social media, people are not real. We know like no one is real in social media. I mean, how can you be real in social media? We post the things we like. we know the real people out there, and sometimes you're looking at a post and you're like, okay. I've met some people who are talking about my friends, and maybe you've met some people who are talking about me in a way that you're like, okay, this is just joking, but like, it's just our guy, we know. Yeah. So I get it. We have one more.
Social media is for the engagement.
Yes, exactly.
And the way it is put, you know, you to get likes and comments and stuff. So there's no dislike. Social media, there's only a like button.
There should be dislikes. I really wish one day they have, but there's dislike in YouTube. There should be dislike on Instagram as well. And
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe it's going to cost some people's mental health. You never know. If people are concerned about the number of likes, what if there is dislikes? I don't know. Oh, we have a minute. You have a minute to go. It was so nice to catch up, bro. I wish that we have another session at some other point. Let's see one. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this one.
This was too serious, man.
That should be an audio, maybe. I don't know.
or maybe a live one, a physical one. Maybe when we are together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll see that. When I come across that, I'll see if we can do something like that. By the way, you're welcome in Moshi. You have never visited me here.
Yeah, man.
You're welcome. Moshi is a cool town.
Since Arusha gave me a wife, I have never.
That's what you wanted. You just wanted a wife, and then you got a wife, then you left. Okay.
Considering coming back to Arusha by end of this year, so I think
you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, time is up. It was nice to have you. Maybe I should just wish you a nice Saturday. See you later, bro.
Thank you. You too.
Cheers.